So glad to have you join us. Okay, come on to a standing position. Get your move on, get your groove on. I'm starting with just a tiny little jog. We're gonna do some arm stretches, and then like I said, I've got my weights handy today. I think that will be really helpful. Yeah. Okay, so we are moving. Good. Arms come up, arms come down, arms come up, arms come down, arms come up, arms come down, and the other way. Up, and up. Good. Now, if you can, one arm reaches, the other arm reaches. It's very dramatic, like you're in modern dance 101 up at UCSC. Good. Snake arms. You're actually moving from your rib cage. Think about leading with your ribs. Okay, good. Shoulders. Shoulders. I woke up so happy today. Oh gosh, you're probably gonna get on my case. You always wake up happy. I actually don't, but today I'm really happy. It's a good thing to experience happiness, especially on Candace's birthday. Woohoo! Okay, now clasp the hands, bring them up and over the head. I'm gonna have a little teeny seat so you can see the movement here. And just hold for a second. You're pushing up, you're pulling down, you're pressing out, you're pushing in. Find the shape and then keep the shape as you take it side, forward, side, and up. Experience each part of the movement. Keep going, side, forward, side, lift up again, side, forward, side, lift it up, reverse, side, forward. Oh, this feels so fantastic. Do you love the circles? I love the circles. Today, it's not stretching my shoulders so much. Usually it's a big shoulder stretch. I feel it in my trapezius and upper back. Feels really nice. Now just let everything settle and we do circles over the head. This is definitely a shoulder opener. Preparing for our weightlifting section. Ta-ta. Good, and reverse. Oh, shoulders, shoulders, and shoulders. Yes. Okay, now come on up to a standing point, and the setup is going to be with a ball between our inner thighs, and I want you to squeeze that. You could have your feet externally rotated, or you could have your feet in parallel, but notice what you've chosen. That's all I ask. And then I'm going to start with my medium weights today. Yes. And I turn my hands out, and I start just with bicep curls. We're gonna do bicep curls to tricep presses. Good. If for some reason you're not into arms today, or you don't have any weights, be creative. That's what I encourage, creativity today. Nice. Okay, so pretend this is 10. Then we're going to lengthen the arms behind us, bend the knees softly, hinge a little bit forward, and we press back and back and back. Good. Now keep the arms as high as you can, bend and straighten. This has to be slow, so you're really getting your triceps. Good. We're gonna do about 10. Good job. Ooh, I like doing arms. I like strengthening my arms. I get stronger. I can carry heavy loads to help my friends, to help my family, to move things. I had to carry a heavy door the other day and I lifted it. Yes. Good. And press. Resist and press. And press. Good. One more press. Good. Now stand tall. Flip the palms and really squeeze your ball. We want the internal thighs. The internal thighs, yeah, the inner thighs, in and out. And these have to be slow to be effective. Good, keep going. Bicep curls, yes we can. Woohoo! Ah, good work. Ah, good job. Pull it in, resist down, in, resist down, pulling it in, resisting down. Good job. I might be in such a happy mood because I had pie for breakfast. Do you occasionally have blackberry or apricot pie for breakfast? Oh, it's such a good thing to eat in the morning. Probably not great every single day, but occasionally, can't beat it. Okay, now we go back to triceps. Remember, it's a softening of the knee, a little hinge. Arms go back as high as you can. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Keep those arms reaching as you bend and straighten. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. We can do this together. Ah, good job. Woo. Woo. I had some crazy dreams last night. Oh, were you awakened by the earthquake? Oh my gosh. It wasn't last night. It was, well, actually it was Wednesday morning. So it was when I went to bed Tuesday. Remember, we had class on Tuesday. Went to bed that night, 3 a.m. I woke up. So it was Wednesday at 3 a.m. Big, huge boom. And I knew immediately, earthquake. So in the morning, I looked on the USGS and it was a 4.9 off the coast. And it was felt from Humboldt to Mendocino and a little, scattered all around. But did you feel it? I certainly did. Okay, all the way up. And then here's 3 is the charm. Squeeze your ball, stand up as tall as you possibly can. It's biceps slow. Biceps. It put me in a strange mood though all day to have been awakened by the earthquake. But no earthquake today, just a little remembrance of it. Yes. We're gonna stay strong for whatever's gonna be coming our way. Pull it in, slowly down. Pulling it in, slowly down. Good. I think I had one other get together that we were gonna do in person. Maybe we should organize a hike in the next couple of weeks. Let's try to do that. I'll look at my calendar this weekend and get something scheduled. We can do a local hike, maybe just in Nicene Marks, maybe a 3-4 hour hike, bring lunch. That's always so much fun. And we'll talk about getting together on August 3rd. It'll be our pre-get together, our pre-in-person hike. Yeah. Okay, good. So here's our 10th one. I wasn't counting, but I think it's about 10. And then last 10 for the triceps here. Soften knees, lean forward, arms go back, pulse it up, up, up. Keep the weights close together and lengthened. And it's bend and straighten. Oh yeah. 3rd set, you should feel it by now. Maybe you were feeling it in the very beginning. Good, remember to lengthen your neck away from your elbows so that you never are straining your beautiful neck. Good job. Press and press. Good, and press. Yes. Good, let's do 4. Try not to swing your arms. 3, 2, and 1. Oh, yes. Woo. Okay, I'm gonna actually stick with my mid weights for the first 5, and then I'm gonna transition to heavier weights. I've got those near me. I'm standing tall. I'm gonna do a V shape just for variety, but I'm squeezing my ball enough so that it actually fires up my belly. I'm gonna do a bicep curl to overhead press. On this particular section, you might not want to take the arms over the head. Do you have any shoulder strains, any shoulder issues of any kind? then just keep the bicep curls. Good. I'm going to do 2 more. For me, I like the shoulder press. For some of you, shoulder press is great. Not for everyone, though. Not for every single person. Okay, good. Now I'm going to just switch weights. I'm going to go to my heavier weights. I'm going to change the orientation of the screen just a little tiny bit. Okay. Waddling with my ball between my inner thighs. And now I've got my 10-pound weights, and I'm going to see if I can do 10 of what we just did. It's the bicep press to shoulder press. Bicep curl to shoulder press. Good. Waha. Good. Now to really save my shoulders, if you're doing this with me, you want your core to be strong. In effect, that's why we have the ball. If you squeeze the ball a lot, you get more stability. Oh yeah. Press it up, in, and down. Waha. And down. Good. Let's see if we can do 3 more. Perfect form. 2 more. Good. And we do 1 more. Good. Hopefully that was 10. Now I'm going to take just it down to 1 10-pounder. I'm going to bring my feet to V shape, and I'm going to bend my knees, and I'm going to keep my ball squeezed. So there's kind of a compromise there. I'm not sinking in my knees. I'm actually firing inner thighs, outer thighs, glutes more than that. I'm holding my single weight. I'm going to bring it over my head. Good. My elbows are close together. My chest is lifted, and I could think about drawing the ribs together. And then it's slow. Trying to have perfect form. It's a little challenging. We should do these more often to have perfect form. I notice that my elbows are getting away from me. I want to keep them narrow. Another way to think of it is squeeze the sides of the weights lightly. Yes. Good. Notice if you squeeze the ball, exhale, and extend all at the same time, that can be a good thing. Nice. 3 if we can. 3 and 2. Last one. 1. Oh yeah. Okay, good. Finally, I go to my lighter weights. The lighter weights mean that we're working posture. We need posture. I'm going to go for my 3 ones as my light ones today. Back to my parallel foot position, squeezing my ball as much as I possibly can. Oh my gosh, I'm really squeezing my ball. That's great. I'm going to do a little hammer curl set. Hammer curl. And I am not swinging my arms. I'm pulling it up, resisting down. Pull it up, resist it down. Pull it up, resist it down. Good. Last one, hold. Lift your elbows up a little bit as if they're resting parallel here to the ceiling. And then you're going to unwind your arms and bring it back. These are slow and precise. Good work. Nice, keep going. Nice, a couple more. Good, okay, and then for the final one, we're going to open the elbows, let the shoulder blades settle, and then it's a rotation, in and out. Use your shoulder blades, use your back, as well as your shoulders and your arms. Lighter might be better on this one. Keep squeezing your ball. Good, let's do 7 to finish, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and last 1. Okay, good. For me, I really like to punch it out. Punching it out comes from my back as I reach across. It's a little jab and a punch, punch, punch. I'm twisting and punching. It feels so helpful. Good. Now, when we go back to in-person classes soon, August 3rd, we will not have access to hand weights because I'll be teaching at the temple and we really only have our ball and our TheraBand. And also those of you that are planning to come in person, you're going to need to bring your mat, your TheraBand, and your ball because I'm not allowed to share mine. So that's just the way it is. And pulse, punch, 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 punch. Good, let's do 10 more, and 9 more seconds. Good, 8 more, and 7, and 6. Good, punch out anything that you don't want, you don't like, that's heavy and negative in the world. Punch it out for everyone. Okay, we did it! I really like that arm work. Thank you. Okay, I'm setting my weights aside. We're gonna start out with some roll-ups. And since I have my little tiny weights, I'm gonna use those to start with. Maybe. Maybe, what do you mean, Jen? Okay, I will. I'll start with the little weights. That feels so good. Okay, so I'm on the mat. I'm sitting up tall, and I've got my feet pointed, slightly externally rotated, and I've got my little hand weights for my first set. Yeah, I know, okay. Hands are together, and I want to find the contrast of pushing down and sitting tall. I'm pushing down with my sitting bones, and then I exhale and roll back super slow. A really great way to start is with the TheraBand around your feet if you don't have or don't want the little weights. Arms come up over the shoulders and just take 1 minute to find the joints in alignment. Remember, it's wrist, elbow, shoulder. Feel the shoulder bones sink down. Good, flex your feet for the upcoming and then start with the arms. Float your head, look at your toes, gently roll up, stretching your back. Good. Your arms could come behind you today for a little bit of a contrast of reaching forward and back. Good, and then sit up tall, point your toes. Exhale, we flow all the way down. Find the perfect setup with your joints. Flex your feet lightly. Inhale, arms. Exhale, flow yourself up. You're on a little bit of an upward trajectory as you lift up, so you create space in your body. Good. Find the vertical, point your feet. Exhale, we go down. Woo. Good. Find the placement of the arms. Inhale. Exhale, roll up smoothly. A little bit of an upward feeling to the movement. And then over to the toes. And then coming up tall. Good, and again, roll back. Rolling back smoothly. Find the arms. Inhale to prepare. Exhale as you roll that spine up. Come all the way for the toe reach. Find the contrast. Point the toes. Down we go. We're going to do 2 more today. Woo! Inhale, arms. Exhale, we come all the way up. Good. Optional reach behind you. Sit up tall. And coming all the way down. Woohoo! Good job. Okay. So now my weights go away. My ball and my band come into play here. I'm going to place the ball between my inner thighs. Oh, you know, I think not. Sorry about that. I think I'm going to use the ball here We really haven't done a lot of spinal warming up, even though we did all that arm work. I want the ball behind you, right at your shoulder blade level. This way we get to stretch the spine and warm up the abs, much better choice. Hands are clasped behind your head, and you come over the ball, and you breathe. And you might think, happy birthday to Candace. Woohoo! I think I might have to eat a piece of cake today. Just to celebrate you, Candace. I don't have 71 candles though. I'll just use one candle. Okay, so from here, the ball is comfortable. It might be between your shoulder blades. It might be a little bit below your shoulder blades, but you're in a back bend. My inner thighs feel like they have the ball still in between them. They're working. I lengthen through the back of my neck and I use my arms. Ooh, I can really feel that. And we lift up to the sky and then imaginarily connect through the top of the knee. Like there's a trajectory that goes up and over. I'm trying to pull my belly in, even though I had 2 pieces of blackberry pie. So it's a little challenging, but I'm trying. And then I inhale over the ball. Good job. Exhale, lift a little bit higher. And as I lift higher, I imagine the trajectory and I pull my belly in. And then I go down. Yes, it's lift, tiny bit higher, making that connection. And down. Yes, lift a little higher and down. Yes, we can stretch our spine and work our core. It feels great. We lift, take it higher and down and lift, higher and down and lift, take it higher and down and lift, take it higher and down and lift, take it higher and down. Here's the last one in the set. Take it higher and down. Woo! Good. Now slowly we're going to lift up off the ball just like we just did. We're going to lift up. Good. And what I would like you to try to do is use the ball as a little support system here for this next setup. It can be a little bit of challenge. So let's start with a modification. Hands are behind the head. I'm lifted a little tiny bit up off my ball. I feel my belly muscles firing. I'm very supported with my head and neck. And I'm just going to pick one leg up to tabletop and gently set it down, toe ball heel. Other leg up, and I set it down gently, toe ball heel. So it's a rolling, very controlled sensation. One leg up, the other leg up. In this flexion, I keep trying to reach up and over the ball. Great. Now that's challenging for everyone, but extra challenge, you come up on your elbows. You scoot back just a little bit so you can lift up a little bit higher. And we're going to do the same exercise here. It's a little bit higher. Good. Lift, toe ball heel. What is really interesting here is that this is way easier. I thought it was going to be way harder. It's actually way easier. So to make it a little harder, we get both legs going at once. Both legs going at once. So it's one tapping down, the other pulling back. Think about pulling back though. Pulling back. Oh yeah. Now we got it a little harder. Good. Let's see if we can do 10, 9. I'm still trying to make that circle with my spine. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set your feet down. Lay back down over the ball. Support your head with your hands as you come into back bend. Oh, that was a good one. Okay, we've got 2 more things to do on the ball. I want you to lift up off the ball to a neutral position, which means you're not in back bend and you're not in flexion. You're kind of right in the middle. Find middle for yourself. Be forgiving. Maybe it's a little back bend for you. Maybe it's a little bit of flexion, but it's your neutral. Okay. No effort. You're hanging out. Good. From this neutral position, we're going to lift up into maximum flexion. So you're going to lift up as high as you possibly can. And what's working here? All of the little feeder muscles here in your belly to get you into that flexion. Then back to neutral. So you lift up as high as you possibly can. You really feel these hands coming around feeding into your rib cage, into your belly, into your transverse abdominis. And we do that a bunch of times. Neutral to a lift. It's such a small movement, but we're really targeting this area. So by now you should feel like, oh yeah, my torso is a little bit on fire. I can really feel it warming up. If I had the heat on, now I'm turning the air conditioning on. Not that in Santa Cruz we have heat or air conditioning, but you know what I mean. And lift up. Okay, now find neutral. Lift up one leg. This is my left leg, doesn't matter, but I want you to lift it up and find that your pelvis is in neutral. Your pelvis is not shifted in any way. You are in a neutral spine and you're in your tabletop. Yes. From here, we go to maximum flexion as we pull the knee toward the eyebrow. We're not pulling it toward the center of the body. Here we go. We go in and out. Pull it in. But now I really want you to focus on your belly. So you're trying to make that circle. It's like a rainbow from the top of your head to the bottom of your knee. You're lifting up as you come up. And you're really thinking about drawing everything together, knitting your torso together. Good job. Now, we're going to make it a little bit bigger. We go out and down, in and together. Good. And then there's a real tendency here to contract and collapse. Create the rainbow. Rainbow. Lift up. If you come a little bit higher than your tabletop position, that's fine. I want you to think about lifting up and over, yes. And then keep remembering to knit your torso together. This is a wonderful exercise, but it takes a lot of thinking. So think those beautiful thoughts to have that precision of this movement. And by now you're like, oh yeah, my torso is feeling like it's really working. I can really feel that, Jen. That's what we want. Good work. Now we're going to change legs. Same sequence here. We go up and over the rainbow. We go out into neutral spine. We bring it in and down. Nice work. In and down. Good. Really focus on your form here. Good. And for me, I'm feeling my upper abs. So around my rib cage area, right below my heart, I feel like, oh, I'm really getting it right there, very specific. That's great. Are you feeling that too? Good, maybe we can consider this strengthening the kindness muscles. Yeah, we all need that, or maybe just, I speak for myself, I need that. Sometimes I get angry or impatient or mean. I need to strengthen kindness. Keep going, pulling it in. Yes, and in. Following that beautiful arc. Up and in. Good, let's do two more. Up and in. Nice, and up and in. Now we stay up. Hands are behind the head. Feel that you could bring both legs up and just balance there for a second. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Good, grand finale in this position. But first, flex your feet and point your feet, and flex your feet and point your feet. Flex one, point one. Flex one, point one. Good, and circles, 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 other way. Perfect work. Relax the feet. Hands come back behind the head if you had them behind your thighs like I did. Tuck your belly in. One in and one out. One in and one out. Cha-cha. Cha-cha. Good. I'm still trying to lift off my ball, but the ball is supporting me in this pretty high flexed position. Good, now I'm gonna do a small twist so I don't fall off my ball. I twist, and I twist, and I twist, and I twist back to singles for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last part, it's a little twist, a little twist. Yes, we can. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your legs in. Rock all the way up. Woo! That was very specific for me right here. It's like, oh, I gotta work out right here. It was great. My neck feels happy. My spine feels stretched. Love it. Okay, ball is gonna go between the inner thighs. We're gonna do some glutes. Let's do our basic bridge 3 times. Then we're gonna do it on the heels 3 times, and then on the toes 3 times. So here we go. Feet are flat. Ball is squeezed. Take a breath in. Exhale, lift the hips. Inhale, lower the spine down. 2 more. Lift up, lower down. 1 more. Lift up and lower down. Good. Now, pick up your toes. All of your weight is right on the heel of your foot, and you're squeezing the ball as much as you can. Arms are at your sides 3 times. Take a breath in to prepare. Exhale to lift off. Undulate down. Good. I'm going to let my feet come a little further away from me so I have more space. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. Oh, that feels good. Exhale. Inhale. Good. I'm going to do 1 more in this position. Lift up. Lower down. I like being on my heels. Now, toes are on the floor. Heels are lifted. This is a high-heeled position. I'm going to take a breath in and exhale. Lift up. Inhale. Undulate down. Exhale. Up. Inhale. Down. 1 more time. Lift up. And down. Good, and then the final set, it goes like this. Lift up, drop the heels, roll it down. Good job. Lift the heels, so you're in high heel position. Up, drop the heels, so your feet are flat, and then roll down. It gives you a little more of a stretch. It's lift the heels, lift the hips, drop the heels, lower the spine, and 1 more time, lift your heels, lift the hips up to bridge. Good, drop the heels to the ground, roll your spine down. Good, now lift up with flat feet. Good, stay lifted, find shoulder blades released to the mat, pelvis, pubic bone, hip bones are trying to press up to the ceiling. If you think about having a brick or a medium-sized cat purring on your pelvis, you'll feel that instinct to slightly lift up. That's what we want to keep in this positioning. And then think about your shins. When you think about where your shins are in space, your shin bones are pressed toward the wall or your bookshelf or your art collection or whatever it is that you have over there. So you're lengthening through your shins. Then from here, we're going to squeeze the ball and release the ball. And the pelvis stays lifted. There's just the squeeze and release. Just the squeeze and release. For 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. It's just 3 hip lifts. We go down and lift up. Roll it down, lifting up, Rolling spine down and lift it up. Good. Find shoulder blades, hips, and shins. And then we get a little bit more precision in this movement. We get our air kegels. So as we release, we let everything sag a bit. And then as we lift, we're squeezing the ball and lifting. We're trying to isolate through the pelvis, trying to really work the deep pelvic floor muscles, transverse abdominis, inner thighs. So it's inhale, release, exhale, squeeze. Air kegels, release and squeeze. 20, 19, 18, good. 17, 16, keep reaching with your shins. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Roll the spine all the way down and lift back up. 2 more. Roll the spine down, lift it back up. Roll that spine down, lift it back up. Good. Find your form. And right leg only for 20, 19. These are quick. Just the right leg is squeezing and releasing. Left leg is stable. You're keeping your pelvis lifted. You're relaxing your shoulder blades. Shins are reaching. Good job. Okay. And pause. Nice. Now we go directly to the other side. Is your butt on fire? If it is, that's so good. Fantastic news. Left leg, squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. It's 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3 hip lifts to finish. And we add the arms for these hip lifts. So we roll the leg down. Arms drift up to the sky. Exhale, up. Inhale, arms down. Exhale, spine descends. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, spine descends. Good. Now, pause. Very last thing. The arms reach in opposition to the kneecaps. So you're reaching your arms away from your knees. And then slowly, we're going to see if we can take 8 counts. We come down. 8, 7, 6, 5. Really stretch your spine for everything that you have. Create space in your body. Don't get all jammed up. Create spaciousness. Yes. And then let everything melt down. Ah, oh, like you're a giant marshmallow. That, to me, is very satisfying. The melting down of the marshmallow, no, the whole set. It feels so good to work your big glutes. And mine feel, at the very last set, they felt like they were on fire in a good way. Okay, we are going to do a quick flip over, and I want to work our inner thighs today. But we've been working the inner thighs on every exercise, Jen, I know. But we're going to do a little more. So I'm putting the toys away for this moment. And I'm going to come up on my hand in my head position for me. That's excellent for you. Maybe you want a pillow. Yep. And what I want you to do is see how you can take your top, you're on the side of your body. Your pelvis is not shifted, it's stacked. The top leg needs to come forward so that you can access this underneath leg. Yeah, we don't do these inner thighs that often, but they're very effective. We're going to do them today. The underneath leg is long, and I pretend that I have a weight on my ankle. You know, one of those weights you get at Target. You put it around your ankle, you're lifting it up and down, and I'm pointing my foot down. So I'm pointing it up, and it's 12, 11, 10. Notice my lower leg that I'm moving here. I'm trying to move it from the top of the leg. So that means I'm lengthening it. And I have this imaginary resistance. So it's really challenging, and I'm feeling my inner thigh on that leg. Good. Now for that last 12, second set, it's flex up, flex up, flex up. Good. And that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good. Now last part, point and flex, then point and flex. Can you feel your inner thighs, a little fire burning on your inner thighs? I do. Yes, I do. Say, uncle, uncle. Lift and up and down. And it's flex and point. Oh, yes, it's burning. It's burning in a good way. Burning in a good way. Getting stronger. Yes, it is. I can do 2 more. Cha-cha. I can do 1 more set. Up and point. And we did it. Oh, did you feel your inner thigh working on those? Should we maybe do those more often? Maybe. Okay. For an inner thigh stretch, just roll onto your back. We'll do one at the end of class a little bit more, but on this one, it's just your happy baby. You bring your legs up, and then your hands come on the inside of your shins, and you open up your legs as wide as you can, but you're preventing them from going too wide because your hands are wrapped here. So it's just a kind of a happy baby version. And maybe your inner thighs are getting quite the stretch, and maybe you want to rock side to side like a real happy baby. Paul's really good at this one, Paul. Ha ha. Yeah. Working with young kids all the time rubs off on you. I love hanging out and doing exercises with my grandkids. They are both magnificent yoginis and yoga. They can do headstands and cartwheels and flips. And at the age of 2, they can do the splits. I mean, it's pretty amazing. I love watching kids move. Okay, good. Shake it out, kick it out, and then, we got to the other side. So, fling your legs around. Find your comfort zone over here. My almost 4-year-old grandson told me, so to set up, the bottom leg is what we're working, the top leg is what we need out of the way. So maybe for you it's just like this. That could be fine. For some reason I like to hold it. I think it's just because I learned the exercise this way. I like to hold that top leg in. I push my pelvis a little forward. I am in a side lying position. I point my lower leg and I lift. And I lift. Good. So my little grandson, who's going to be 4 very shortly, he told me, Ren, he calls me Ren, I don't like nap time at childcare. And I said, well, what don't you like about it, James? And he said, well, we have to stay still. And John comes over and tells me I have to keep my legs up. I can't dangle my legs off the bed. And I said, oh, that sounds terrible. And you can't move. It means you can't move. And he goes, yeah, he doesn't want me to move at all. And I said, oh, that's terrible. I like to move. And he thought about it for a little bit. And he said, I like to move too. I got such a kick out of that. Don't we all like to move? And why does that child care man say that he can't dangle his legs off the bed? That's not fair. Okay, good. I think we did 12. Now flex and flex and flex lift. Flex lift, flex lift. Good. Keep going. Keep going. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yeah, good. Do you have your imaginary ankle weight on this side? Put it on. Makes it a little harder. Makes it a little slower. Got to lift that 3-pound weight and lift and lift. Do they still make those? Those little weights that you put around your ankles? Of course they do. I'm sure they do. I haven't been in a Target in like 5 years, though. It's a kind of a store that you go to a lot when you have children. I haven't been. Good. Okay, and the last part, point and flex. And point and flex. Good, yes, and I love to gloat over everyone that in my entire life I've never been in a Walmart. Thank you. Mainly because there isn't one here. But I still like to say, yep, driven by them. I've never been in a Walmart. Why is that so great? I don't know, because Walmart's not very good. And lift and point and flex and point and flex. Keep going. Point and flex and point and flex. Good. Let's do it 3 more times. Good. Is this side stronger than the other side? Are you feeling like, wow, I could keep doing this for 1 hour and this leg is so much stronger. My inner thigh feels like we could lift steel. Interesting if that's the case. Okay, we did it. So now roll onto your back and then again kick up your legs, but this time have your TheraBand happy, handy, happy, I don't know. At this point in class, my words are no longer available. I just want you to stretch your thighs out a little bit. So if you're holding on to the TheraBand and you let your body come into the splits, and then bend and straighten, a little teeny bit of a different version, a little bit of teeny bit of different muscles. You're welcome to go back and do the happy baby. That's really great. I like this one today. Bend and straighten. I like the resistance of the band. It's very helpful. Good job. Bend and straighten and bend and straighten. Good. Now keep the legs straight. Maybe let your legs go a little teeny bit wider. And it's tiny pulses, like 1 inch or 2 out. Good work. Okay. Bring the feet in line. Hold mid-shin. Bend your knees in. Good. And then wiggle a little bit so that you can think about stretching your tailbone away from your head. So you're stretching your spine. Good. Now, holding the band close towards your ankle, so you have a lot of tension, I want you to push into the band. And as you're pushing into the band, you're pulling back with your hands. At a certain point, you'll just feel, oh yeah, my head could come off without any effort. Try to find that place. And then keep coming up, keep coming up, keep coming up, keep coming up. Slowly with control all the way up. Good. Now on this first one, we're going to keep holding on to the TheraBand. And we're going to slowly come down. So assisted teaser. But on the second ones, I'll give you an option to do it a little bit differently. So here we go. We slowly roll down. And there's a certain spot where it also feels very natural to pull the knees in. Good. Okay. So now for the second version of the teaser, if you want with me, this one is definitely harder. We take a breath in. Exhale, we push into the strap. We find that place where the head lifts with no effort. It's just part of your spine. So the head just comes up and we find our perfect teaser. Perfect teaser, you can kind of find it in your body. You feel like you're in this beautiful lengthened position. The legs are kind of plugged into the sockets at this beautiful angle, and the arms should be pretty parallel to the floor. Belly is tucked in, and we're balanced on our sacrum. Excellent. Now, for the second version, you drop the band. Oh my goodness, my band slipped off. Okay, goodbye, TheraBand. Then, without the TheraBand, we come down with control. Down with control. Down with control. Knees bend at a certain point, and there's a lot of intense activity through the back of the body and the front of the body. Deep core work. Good job. Give yourself a little bit of a hug. Nice. Now let's do that again, either with the TheraBand, both directions, or with the TheraBand just on the way up, like I'm going to be doing. So taking an inhale. On the exhale, we push We float the head. We come up to our beautiful teaser. Cha-cha. We find it. We get rid of the TheraBand if we want. And then 8 counts. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and give it a nice little hug. Good. Now, there's so many different versions of our teaser. This is a beginning moderate version, and we're not going to go into the advanced one today, but this one is more of a moderate one. I'm not going to use the TheraBand as I come up or as I come down. You're welcome to join me with this one or any of the other versions. Take a breath in here. Good, and we slowly lift up. We really find that place where there's no effort. Good. We find the beauty in the movement. Find the beauty. And then it's 8 counts to come down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Legs come into your body and we circle them around. This is our hip circles or leg circles for today. Different kind of a version. It's the leg bones moving around in the sockets, but we're guiding with the knee. Yes, we are. The easiest version of leg circles for sure. And then reverse that, stirring our hips. Yes, stirring those hips. Should feel very circular, and you can go as big as you want. Stir with your knees, guiding those femur heads. Yes. Woohoo! Okay, we're gonna finish with some stretches on top of the ball today. Yes, we are. So you're gonna lift up. Ball comes to pelvis, sacrum, comfortable spot for you. Upper body's relaxed. Legs pop off to tabletop. Good. You might need to arrange your clothing. And take a couple of breaths. Except for Candace, who obviously is in her birthday suit today. And lengthen your legs long. One down and one up, and it's 2 pulses, change. Try to keep your legs straight and reach your legs up and then back. Legs reach up and back, so you're stretching. This is a stretch today. Sure, you're using your core muscles, but this is leg stretches. Yes. And yes, really reach your leg like you're trying to touch something up there on the ceiling. Good, now it's 3s. 1, 2, 3, change legs. 1, 2, 3, change legs. 1, 2, 3, change legs. It's 2, change legs. 2, change legs. And it's singles. Go as big as you can. Big as you can. Ta-ta, 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 ta-ta. Yes, we can. Big and big and big and big and big. Good. We can do 4. We can do 3. We can do 2. We can do 1. We can let our legs come down to the ground. And we finish today in our pseudo back bend. The ball here is stretching. We've got the inner thighs relaxed. The toes are flowing open, externally rotating, stretching the core muscles, stretching low back. Let go. And I just want to finish with 3 deep breaths. Breathing in beauty, kindness, joy. Oh. Okay, people, I don't know about you, but to me, that was a perfect class. It was exactly what I needed today. Woohoo! I love you guys and happy birthday, Candace. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Woo!